Hey guys, it's Ryan Carty here again. Just reporting to you. It's been a while since I posted anything about this disease that I'm dealing with. This prion disease, this transmissible spongiform encephalopathy that I got from taking the supplement elk antler velvet spray. Still, nothing's being done for me. It's been about a year. Finally, I'm probably going to get a spinal tap done, blood work, and urine specimens sent out to the National Prion Surveillance Pathology Center out in Ohio. I did read some things about animals being tested, having their tested cerebrospinal fluid tested with animals that had chronic wasting disease, and it didn't even show in their cerebrospinal fluid until the late stages of their disease and stuff like that. So, um, I'm starting to get really worse and bad. My brain, I'm starting to have a lot of issues with my memory and stuff like that. Every day is kind of like a constant struggle and a constant fight and battle. And it's crazy to me that I talk to all these, you know, supposed experts on these diseases and the CWD Foundation and the National Prion Surveillance Center. And it's crazy to me how they don't think that people can get chronic wasting prion disease from, whether they eat venison that are infected with it or take a supplement that I took that was made from that had infectious prions in it and stuff like that and everything, or even just cosmetics nowadays for people that taken the women that taken they use cosmetics and stuff like that. And I know um, brain diseases, neurodegenerative ones specifically, are the major issues nowadays, and everything is starting to get worse and worse and worse. It's crazy how the CDC, Department of Health, County Board of Health, nobody, government, anybody wants to step in and do anything to prevent me spreading this to other people and stuff like that, because it is highly infectious and contagious. And I have been spreading it to other people, and other people that I spread it to are spreading it to other people and stuff like that. So, and long story short, all these people I've talked to that know about these diseases, all these experts and these surveillance centers and foundations and everything, they have no idea. And it's crazy to me how they don't understand this concept. Is these prion diseases, or these TSCs, or BSCs, whatever you want to say, TSCs for humans, I guess. They don't just affect your brain. They go to your brain lastly. It goes throughout your whole body first, especially through your lymphatic system. Almost always the route of administration is through your mouth orally into the gut. Once it gets into the gut, it goes to the Peyer's patches. Once it goes to the Peyer's patches, it goes to your spleen, and that's where the replication process begins. Once it starts to replicate, it starts to go throughout your lymphatic system, ultimately to your central nervous system, and also your cerebral spinal fluid. I'm thinking that when it makes its way to your central nervous system and or your cerebral spinal fluid as well, that's how it's making its way up and into your brain stem or into your brain, and that's how it starts the whole cascade effect. And that's, once it starts to hit your brain, it's not good from there. So, and it's been a year now for me. I'm still somewhat functional. I've tried a lot of different home remedies and stuff like that. I'm still searching. I just read some information on keratinase, how it can denature these prions and stuff. I've been reading foods that have keratin and stuff like that. I don't know if it's the same thing or not. I know they give keratinase to chickens for poultry to help them grow to their normal and highest stature and stuff like that and everything. But like I said, they wonder why people never live through these diseases, is because they never catch it in time by the time it hits their brain. And that's because they don't understand that it doesn't just affect your brain, it affects your whole body. It goes throughout your whole entire body. It absolutely does 100%, whether they want to think that or believe that or understand that or not. So if they actually were able to detect it as early as they are kind of with me right now, these people could have had a chance of survival, and they probably could have maybe even possibly lived, a while with the disease if it was caught, pretty early on throughout the body first before it starts to spread and hit the brain and everything. So, it's just crazy to me that these highly intelligent people don't understand this concept. And, I worked in a hospital for 10 years as a respiratory therapist, registered respiratory therapist for 10 years. And, I'm not a doctor, I don't know everything, but, I'm pretty smart. And, I figured all this stuff out on my own. I did all the research and everything. And, I learned a lot through this whole process. So, I mean, if somehow, by God's good grace, if I live through this some way, somehow, I'm going to go back to medical school and help all these people that are eventually going to be suffering from a TSC or a prion disease, just like I am, especially chronic wasting prion disease, because it's being spread everywhere over here in South Jersey. You're going to see a huge outbreak of this in South Jersey and possibly the central Philadelphia area, especially up near Einstein where I worked. I had it for 5 years, it laying dormant in my system and not knowing about it, and I shed that stuff probably throughout that whole entire hospital, unknowingly. Obviously, it wasn't deliberately and stuff like that. So. This is Christmas Eve. I want to wish everybody a happy, Merry Christmas, and God bless, and have a safe one, and enjoy your holidays with your family and your loved ones, and make the most of the best of your life, which you can, which you have left, and never take a day for granted. And just live life to your fullest, as long as you never know what tomorrow's going to bring. You never know what kind of disease or sickness is going to come upon you in the future and stuff like that. And I just, I wish the best for everybody, and I pray for everybody, and have a happy and blessed holiday. And please pray for me and my kids and my family. We need it more than ever, for somebody to please step in and help us with this, because as of right now, I really haven't gotten any treatment or help really yet. I've been having to treat myself, and I'm pretty much been my own doctor and my own advocate, and I've been doing all of the footwork for all this, and it's getting really exhausting for me because I am getting bad. My body's starting to break down more. My brain is starting to have a lot more issues and everything, and it's getting scary, and I hope I don't start having seizures from this and stuff like that, because that's going to be the worst case scenario. I'm hoping somebody steps in and does something for me sooner before that happens and everything, and I hope that maybe I have a chance at actually beating this prion disease. I believe this specific strain that I got from the deer elk antler velvet spray, similar to chronic wasting prion disease, I believe that this strain is absolutely 100% treatable and or curable if it's detected early enough and stuff. So I guess we'll see if God's going to get me to help, and I'll keep you guys posted and let you know what happens and everything, as long as I'm still cognitive and able to speak, talk, walk, and all that stuff. So Merry Christmas, guys, happy holidays, and watch the video, and let me know what you think of it, because this is extremely serious issue, and nobody's even taking this on for a lawsuit. The lawyers don't want to touch this and stuff, and the public needs to be aware of this, that these supplements, elk antler velvet spray, are causing horrible prion diseases, rare and fatal diseases, and the truth needs to get out there, and this stuff needs to get recalled and pulled from every shelf everywhere. I mean, it's insane. I contacted a news station. They called me back. I left a message with them because it's the holidays. They don't have a lot of people in. They said they're probably going to call me back. Hopefully, we'll see. Because this is huge Consumer Report story and issue, and it's crazy how none of the news stations want to even touch this either as well. I think they're just scared. They don't want to have people mass panicking and hysterical and going crazy and stuff like that about all this and everything, but the truth needs to get out there. And I'm not crazy. I know what I have. I know what I'm suffering from. I know what caused it, and I know a lot now because I learned a lot about this myself just from doing all the research and everything. So all right, guys, take care. Happy holidays, happy new year, Merry Christmas, and God bless. Later.